It's almost the holiday season. That's right. Rum Tum Tum. Wanderful, a somewhat D&D podcast, is celebrating our 2-year birthday. The month of January is going to be filled with special episodes, new merch drops, and who knows what else. You can look forward to the festivities starting January 5th. Wanderful's second birthday. For now, enjoy a deeper dive into the Order of the Shell.
Hello and welcome back to Wanderful, a somewhat D&D podcast. I am your lovely DM Tyler, and I'm joined by not 3 but 4 people: Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy, and a surprise guest who shall not be named. Kyle's baby.
She definitely
Say
was
hello.
named at the very beginning.
Well, I wasn't gonna leave that in.
Yeah, that's cut.
Say hello, Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy, and Kyle's unnamed baby.
It's the great wizard Shazoo.
Hello, Shazoo. She's carrying
Speak an elder tongue. We can't comprehend with our mortal
She
mind,
gave
can we,
me
Shazoo?
cancer. Oh.
Oh, God.
She only knows the dark arts.
Oh, yes,
We need
absolutely.
to-
Only necromantic incantations for this young wizard.
Once she gets older, we need to have her
DM
write
an
a
episode?
D&D campaign
Yes,
or an episode.
100%.
Did y'all listen to, or I guess Kyle, because I don't know if the other two
I
of
have
you
not
listened.
gotten a chance to hear the one that you're talking about. Is it the
Justin from the Adventure Zone, his daughter wrote a one-off for them,
Oh,
and it
wow.
is literally the funniest thing I've ever listened to in my entire
It's
life.
like 1,000 scary rats or something like
Yes,
that?
it literally is like the
Fruity
scary
Pebbles
building
Castle.
with. Let me see if I can find the name
It's
of
like,
it.
welcome to the Fruity Pebbles Castle of 1,000 Scary Rats or something like that. That's all I know about it, and I'm like, I want to hear it so bad.
You guys should
It's
look up
so
Act
funny.
Cop because it was the same kind of premise where basically
I do remember that.
Yes,
This person
Axe Cop
got their
was very popular
child.
back in the day.
to like write a YouTube like
What are you
story.
looking at?
Oh, man.
It was so good.
Axe cop.
Okay, it's called The Fruity Pebbles Castle of Torment, a scary castle with 1,000 rats. With 100 rats.
100
Better than what I remembered.
Only
That's so funny.
Man, only 100 rats. Damn. They're
yeah.
doing good.
Could have been more, but
Could have been more.
So scary.
Anyway,
that's a
we're-
normal amount of rats, actually.
that is a normal amount of
But
rats.
that's why I
actually.
kind of like that because like to the child, like 100 rats is a ton of rats, and we're just like that's a solvable problem of rats.
That's
That's the number of
that's a
rats
phone
that
call
existed
away, and you
in
know
Kyle
we're
and
gonna
I's
have-
apartment.
Yes.
Human body can solve 100 rats.
We lived in
Yeah.
a castle filled with 1,000 rats that also
Yes,
had
but
Yeah,
our
did.
apartment had 100.
The House of 1,000 Rats is my favorite horror
we're-
film.
We're this is gonna be a little easier
That's right.
kind of episode. We're hanging out in the clan of the Order of the Shell. We just finished speaking with Sheldon, aka the Elder Shell, a giant lobster who has been around, as far as you know, since the beginning of time, or the beginning of this realm. One of the earliest creatures to exist, who has a sort of hive mind view of the rest of the world. You asked some good questions, and for the first time, you guys asked good questions. But we're going to talk to some people, explore this clan, and see what y'all are wanting to do. We got some stuff ready. Obviously, like I kind of mentioned when y'all were walking through, a couple points of interest are various businesses that exist in here. This definitely can turn into a mini shopping episode, and probably will to an extent based off of our conversations before recording.
Oh yeah.
But also, you walked past a few Genasi and Tiefling. Obviously, lots of Drow as well. Showed Alandi. Alandi doesn't typically take interest in other people that aren't directly important to him, and that's great.
He takes
that
family
makes sense to me.
extremely literally.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh,
unless
they're
it's
up
a
to it?
group,
Don't give a fuck."
unless it's a group of 3 like hoodlums.
Yes, no.
True, and also,
hoodlums is a special
like-
exception. He does like
Yeah.
hoodlums.
He takes it extremely literally, except for in every circumstance, because
Except
we're
for most
looking for
circumstances.
who he believes is not his birth mother alongside his not birth brothers. I do not take that as a slight against anything, because this story is all about found family. But I think it's funny that Alandi has this narrow view of family just out of ignorance.
It's
an
narrow, but
unwillingness
also
to
not
learn.
traditionally
Yes.
narrow. It's narrow in a different place than it normally is.
Yes. But yeah, what are y'all wanting to do? I figure unless y'all have a reason not to, we could go to the smith first.
Yes, I figured
that
we
they
would
would
all
have
do
the
that together.
They would have time to work on your stuff while y'all talk to other people.
Also,
Yeah.
we got little
in character.
targets.
Hey, Alandi, I know you said you wanted to go to the smith. I'm going to give you all of my gold.
Oh my god. That
It's
does
just
so much
200 gold.
gold.
Don't be crazy. But I'm gonna
Oh.
come with you to kind of be the voice. And I figure we all pool our stuff together. I do a bit of schmoozing. We could probably get a good deal for whatever we got, because I don't know the
Ooh.
last time we've gotten paid for any of the stuff we've done. That wasn't like
Gareth
Barney
kind of-
bucks or whatever.
I can go like
Yeah,
rob
Gareth-
a bank if you want.
Gareth chimes in. Yeah, King Otto said that once we finish this quest, y'all would be paid if you remember, but
Yeah,
obviously
no,
I
for
don't
sure.
know about
No,
before
not
that.
not a slight at him at all. I just mean to say we team up with this because I think that's a good idea to get kind of geared up for the events to come.
Impending-
And then once we do that, maybe we mingle around town, kind of get the scoop on what's going down in the underground. I didn't mean to make that rhyme like that. That was pretty cool.
No, just
you all
stand by
have
it.
bardic
I like
inspiration now.
Great. Yeah, which might come in
like
handy
accents.
because
I'm
y'all
gonna
are
go ahead and
potentially
burn a
Yeah.
slot of bardic inspiration.
because you're potentially about to have to
Yeah.
make some
We've all got bardic
persuasion rolls
inspiration
depending on
because
how
of
this
that one.
goes, because y'all
That was-
don't have a ton of gold right now.
No.
Yeah.
I'll do the same. Here, Landi, I have 260 gold. I'll give that to you for you to hold on to. If
So we've got a grand
you're cool
total
with
of drum and rolling, and he's like pretending.
it's like when all the friends
Like what, 600,
like you all
700
go to the
gold?
arcade and
it's
you
gonna be
pull all of
close
your
to
tickets
700, but
together.
Let me actually like get out the thing. Okay, so Kyle,
It's
you
like
gave
6
me
or 7?
how much did you
200.
give-
Flat
you gave me-
200.
Okay, and then you gave me, so it's gonna be 6. We got 668.
Hey, not bad, not bad.
That's-
Maybe. Do you
ooh.
guys have anything you're willing to like throw in as like you know what I mean? Like if we get into a situation where it's like
some bartering.
yeah, exactly. You've been
Oh.
talking
Y'all
about
have
that
so
for
many
years.
items that you've never used.
I'm literally
That is
and,
so true.
and Bond's like, to be honest, I know I've had this, and he flicks the switch wand the entire time, but it's not really my steez. This is like a
For sure.
no offense, Jamiroquai, but this is like a your bag kind of deal. I mean,
Well, I don't even think he has magic. Jamiroquai, you magic?
do you do magic?
No. That's not
No,
his voice. No, I don't.
I didn't think that
really-
was your bag either.
Well, I meant just because
Not-
it's like
not really.
the aesthetically.
Oh
his-
yeah,
his
no.
bag. You know,
Aesthetically, yes.
Greaser,
But it-
street
yeah.
tough with a switch wand. Like you could really bluff some guys out with this, to be honest. But I mean, we know now, so you
Yeah,
couldn't get us.
The
But,
only
like-
magic I do, I actually, Alandi, that's funny you mentioned that. Jamiroquai, and not the DM, totally forgot to. I had said whenever I saw you again that you and I would talk about how I charmed Sadie back at the breadcrumb.
Yeah, I figured. You
So I'm
would-
just gonna throw that in here. I just got this ring. It's like a charm person kind of ring.
Oh.
That's it. I can just like cast.
You know
I can
what?
just like.
that could
I think-
really.
That's on
Boys,
me for not thinking it was
boys.
something so simple. I respect your honesty.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that was
You definitely
that
made
was-
it sound like it was going to be something way cooler.
No,
Which,
that's-
I mean, this is cool.
no, listen,
Hear me
Like,
out.
did you
Yeah,
hear that
respect
song
him.
I sang? It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
And Bond's just kind of like lost in the. There was like a moment that was gonna happen. Yeah, you good voice. Listen, man.
Are you about to try to hustle him out of his
No,
ring?
I'm not trying to hustle him out of his ring at all. I'm saying with his ring, my persuasion, and it cuts to like a hyper realistic, like as he hikes up his like robes of like a sexy thigh with like a garter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just Ice King like leg.
It's like you hear like the whistling in the background.
I think Griddle speaks up because the fuckboys are also here. If we
Oh yeah, I
remember.
forgot.
Oh.
about those kids.
Griddle speaks up. Yeah. Oh, that's not his voice.
That's
Yeah,
Tammy football.
what?
Thank you.
Well, yeah, that was Tammy football. I'm so sorry. These are all good ideas, but we could just go, talk to them first.
Oh, yeah.
Before we worry about
All right.
charming a person,
Absolutely.
we could
100%.
They might be chill. They might.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
No, I don't even mean it like that. I just mean we've got a lot at our arsenal, and it feels like we've got a little
true.
bit of a game plan. No
And
shiesty business.
y'all are
I
in,
promise.
y'all are in the show's favor, so that might
That is
give you a
also-
little bit of
Yeah, let's
give
go.
you a little bit of
It's
bargaining
shopping
power.
time, and like
It's time to go shopping.
yeah, exactly. And then like a Kelly Clarkson track starts playing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tyler knew where I was going. There's fall leaves underground somehow.
For some reason, I picture the cherry blossom leaves falling
like-
sideways.
Bond tucking a hair behind his ear with like a scarf on.
Gareth stumbles and falls into your arms, and you both
And
look
we
at each
both
other.
blush.
Alandi
Alandi and Carveth are a flock of birds
Yeah.
that flies past.
Oh my god.
Tammy Football and the Dark One look at each other really confused.
This is all just happening in Bond's head, and none of this is happening. He's just kind of standing there. Oh, wait, anyway, let's go shopping.
Did you cast calm emotions on yourself? Get a little high.
No, I just... I'll be
have any
honest,
more-
if
do you have
we're
any
all
more
being honest
caffeine
around
pills?
here, I did pick up one of the mushrooms I found around here and eat it. I eated it.
That probably wasn't a great idea.
Yeah, no,
Did you
I
think
don't know.
it's fine
I
so
feel a
far?
little
On
queasy,
that,
but I
or-
also feel really chill. Let's just keep
I
it
think
going.
it's good. I think it's fine.
It was
A bad
brilliant.
decision is only a bad decision when it becomes bad. Until then, it's good.
You
And
all,
if we all know anything, everything blue in nature is usually a berry.
that's true. So true. You all make your way to. You all make your way to
Tell the
toward,
town of little tiny blue guys one time from the same room.
Oh god.
Fun
Like
leads
Gargamel.
you to the leads you to
Alandi
the
is canonically
smith in
Gargamel in my
town.
world.
And you are led to this little tent, kind of near the middle of town. In the middle of town, there is a
Describe
statue
town to
of-
me.
Yeah, in the middle of town, there's a large statue made out of crystal, like a clear crystal of a claw, reminiscent of the lobster claw. It's beautiful. It's ornately.
Tyler, you legally have to tell us if we're in the fantasy equivalent of a Joe's Crab Shack.
No, it's a red lobster.
Oh,
The blue lobster. Oh god.
You no, but just off center of town, there's a number of tents. Kind of, this is almost like the town square kind of area, and you see a number of tents of various merchants. There's a restaurant. There is a person selling like general wares, like potions and things of that nature. General wares, yeah, thank you. And fuck lead you to this one tent that is clearly the smith. You do not see at first the patron. The patron? No, patron's
we're
a customer.
patrons.
Your patrons.
The-
What's the proprietor?
Yeah.
You don't yet see the proprietor as you walk up, but you see a number of weapons and pieces of
Ooh.
armor made from various pieces of this blue shell. Some of them give off like little hints of magical whatnot, but as far as you can't exactly tell what exactly you're looking at. And as
I
you're
kinda
kind of
lean-
looking around,
Bond
Oh,
kind
go
of
ahead.
leans over to Gareth. You looking to I feel like we've had a tumultuous time here. You looking to get a I'm back on Earth gift or something? If I can hustle something up for you, maybe a new shield, maybe a new sword.
I'm definitely wanting to get something. I'm not
What are you
quite
feeling?
sure what
Offense,
yet.
defense, offense, defense.
That's a good question.
Let's see what.
I feel
we
like
should
I'm
see
doing
what the
pretty
options
decent
are
in
first.
the defense department. Gareth kind of wears. I don't know if we've ever.
I think,
talked
like,
about
assume he wears
as
these
we're
kinds of
waiting,
things. Gareth wears like classic,
I
like
think-
knight's
Yeah.
armor, but not
Yeah.
like a lighter knight's
like
armor.
soldier armor rather than like a
Yes,
full on knight.
yes.
Oh god.
Like regalia kind of deal.
Yes.
And I think Bond kind of steps back from the counter space, like, and gives a wide berth, and he pulls out his mace. He's like, show me a bit of what you got with that sword. Let's see if you're worth another sword. And just a little sparring, quick thing.
Yeah.
Want to do a rollies? Want to do a rollies?
Let's do it.
Oh, you got this.
Oh my god. Everything's falling.
Oh God.
I've McFallen.
If Gareth
He's also
crits,
hoping
Bond
that
dies.
the clatter in the front might draw some attention to the front counter.
Yes. Oh, that's a 3.
You rolled a 3,
Garrett-
no way. I rolled a
you
4.
roll a
That's
3?
hilarious.
Y'all both swing. You both miss, but Gareth drops his sword.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I haven't had a lot of practice.
I don't know.
And
Well,
Maybe you
I'm
might need that
nervous
shield.
round,
we're,
so, like,
we're
gravity's
in
inverted.
unfamiliar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the gravity's like stronger down here. I
Yeah.
think so.
my
like
sword smells.
is-
I can't swing a sword that stinks.
Yeah. And as y'all are kind of bickering and doing this little playful banter,
Mm-hmm.
you hear this unusual sound of just like a, and it's not knocking. It's like it sounds almost
Like rhythmic
like,
footsteps.
It sounds like footsteps, but it sounds like
Hoofed.
it does kind of sound hoofed, but it's not. As you see, comes in from the back of the tent, what can best be described as a gruff older woman that appears to be part goblin and part crustacean.
Oh.
And you see her feet are sort of those pointed like crab or lobster feet.
A problem. I know them well.
Yeah, a croblin. Yeah, that works. A loblin.
A lot.
Goblin.
Anyway.
Yep.
Wait.
They're all good.
A hermit
They're all
goblin.
good. Just be careful not to accidentally say a slur.
Yeah.
But you see this older woman kind of like slowly make her way out, and she says, "What can I do for y'all?"
Hello. Hi. We heard you were the Premier Smith, perhaps, or know them. I don't want to presume. We're here to,
Yeah, that's me. My name's Shelly Smith. I'm
Shelley
the Shell Smith in town.
Shelley Smith. The
That's
Shell
not
Smith.
that's not a coincidence. I was named that. It's very mean of my parents, but here we are.
Lot to unpack there, Shelley.
Yeah, I've come to own it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and more power to you. So we're here to do a little perusal, some business. We've got a couple. We're a couple of adventurers getting ready to embark on a pretty daring sort of portion of our adventure.
Are y'all the ones who are here to see the shell?
Yes. He might have sent word.
very
I'm not
cool.
entirely sure.
We're
Yeah,
actually
we are
on
also
the
here
first
with.
name basis. Sheldon. Cool
Yeah,
guy.
we're also here with fuckboys. They're here too.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not sure if they
I've
were
seen
doing
them
any
around.
shopping, but they said that they knew of you.
Yes,
Sorry, how are you? How are you doing? You seem a
I'm-
bit busy.
I'm-
Are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
This is
cool,
just,
cool.
This is just how they talk. They
Yeah.
don't seem like they're straining any more than just
All right, yeah.
existing as an old person.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I heard that you were all
boys,
coming. I actually, I am. If you can't tell, I'm a somewhat distant descendant of Sheldon.
Really? Wow.
So I'm not like part of the hive mind, but like I get little like inklings of stuff.
For sure, yes.
Is that
I'm-
like how do you differentiate? Like how do you know you're not?
It's
going crazy?
exhausting.
Like because if I just randomly heard voices and I wasn't 100% sure,
I'd
like, you
be
know what I
freaking
mean?
out.
It's kind of impressive. that
Well,
you're so
the
calm
thing
all the
is,
time.
I'm actually only 22, and I just have aged rapidly from all the stress.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm just
so
kidding.
sorry to
That's
hear
a
that, Shelley.
joke.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's a joke.
Oh,
I just was trying to
no, for sure.
just tell a joke.
So anyway, boys, if
I
you
mean,
got,
we would have believed you 100%.
if you boys got,
No, I know.
some,
That's why I decided to tell you it was a
Oh,
joke.
okay.
The line between joking and lying is very thin.
you know,
Oh,
truth in
that-
comedy. They say truth in comedy.
Write what you know.
Exactly. Anyway, boys, if you have any requests beforehand, I think I've got something a bit more complex I'd like to have commissioned.
But before that, why don't each of y'all kind of give me like a little taste of what your like style is? Are y'all looking for something like fighty, something like defendy? Or y'all like kind of run into the middle of the gruff, or y'all kind of like stay back and
Oh no, that's me. I like to run in the middle of the gruff. I have
Okay.
died a couple times actually. It's
Well,
been
that-
kind of
that can't be true. I'm looking at you.
No, well, it's hard to
we
explain.
have tried multiple
Anyway,
times to explain to him how death works. It's just he
It's-
thinks
you-
going to
you were
sleep
just
is dying.
down,
He
buddy.
thinks
no,
he
I
dies
die
every
every.
day.
You felt-
no,
no, you fell
no.
unconscious.
Look,
He thinks every
everyone
one of us
dies
will
every
die.
night. Everyone dies
Like
every
every-
Everyone
night.
dies
It's
every
hard
night. Are you
to-
saying when we go to sleep we're dying?
Sleeping is just the soft night.
Yes,
The
that's
soft
how
die.
that's
The
just
little
how
death.
it works.
You
Yes,
can't
that's
stop
how
the
it
Ganja
works.
Bar? Are we watching Dune? What's going on?
No. So like whenever you close your eyes and then you don't exist anymore, and like it's all black.
He literally,
That's fucked up.
That
Don,
is
you don't
death.
understand. I've tried to talk to him about it. He thinks that every day he's a new person with all the memories of the last person because that
Oh,
person
no,
died.
I definitely don't believe
hey,
that.
Londi, Londi, thank you for this information. Shh, don't you say anymore. That's
We're
exactly
gonna do
right.
a
That's
one-off of Carveth's adventures
His
into
leap.
another realm while y'all think he's just
literally
sleeping.
astral projecting, like fully
Yeah.
asleep in the astral plane.
I could be.
He could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Okay, so that's what you're all about. What about you, the blue one?
Oh, yes. I'm actually, so mine is the one I was saying a bit more complicated. I'm of the clerical and the bardic sense. So I've got a bit of magic going. I've got this, and he pulls out his little pendant with the frozen drop of rain that he's always had, his little deal. This is my holy symbol. Use this to try to ward off the dead and evil and all that jazz. Last time I used it, a big skeleton smashed me real good and didn't give a fuck about it. So I was thinking if I could embed this in sort of like a spell focus, like a fan or something in that nature. You can kind of dealer's choice, something a little gaudy, but something that also strikes a little fear.
All right, and you?
So I was kind of, and that's similar in the same kind of fight. I actually had a similar problem where like I was trying to piss off the ogre to like get him to look at me, but like he was just so I was hoping like I could get some kind of like light armor that would like let me like flare up, like like crustaceans, they get big and like scary kind of thing.
Oh,
to, like really
that's so
draw
cool.
Like
people
flaps
in
and
to-
like fin
yeah,
things.
like
That'd be
but like something
crazy.
where I can toggle it,
wow.
like like
Ooh.
on and off. So it's
Maybe
like
some kind
I
of like
can-
puffer skin you could get like real big.
Yeah. You guys,
That'd be
you guys
crazy.
get my vibe. Just like
Yes,
something,
no,
but it
like-
has
like-
to be
like
light armor because like
porcupine.
I can't really use anything more than light armor. So like,
I like this. This
But
all,
is
we all
you-
had a little bit of something.
So are you wanting like to like make them afraid or like draw them to you and not other people?
Like a
Because the
goading situation.
honestly, I'll take either. If you can do, I was
Okay.
kind of hoping for the goading,
Ooh.
but if it can, I mean, it might also be intimidating. But like,
Yeah, that could.
the main thing is
Well,
I, wanna
I
take
was asking
aggro.
because the way you
And
phrased it kind of could have gone either way, but you also are good with intimidation. So
And I know these
I
are
will
all-
say, Tyler, just like
Yes.
I kind of imagine like I was imagining like how like crustaceans will like a lot of them will have like
Yeah.
flaps that fold out like before battle, and that's kind of intimidating and
Before
very
battle.
like
I love that.
Come
eye
get it.
drawing.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Okay.
it doesn't have to like mechanically do. Mechanically, I'd like it to do something to like help my boys out because
Yeah,
like I
I've got-
should
I've
be
got
And
an
I'm
idea.
thinking the
I've got an idea
full
for
on
that.
like collapsible fan out of like a lobster tail kind of deal with the crystal
Oh,
kind of
that's
set in the
lovely.
center, So it's very like, I can like be sassy with it, but also it's like reminiscent of the war fan he's always summoning
Yeah.
too. And that's kind of like
All
going
right,
to be how he uses his magic and things.
Yeah, so the way I have this, so I have some ideas for like, I have some stuff written down for kind of like basic things, but a couple of y'all sort of have ideas. Alandi, I have an idea for yours,
Yay.
but I will go ahead and text y'all this list in just a second.
Okay.
basically the way that this is gonna work, if you wanted to try to buy a weapon of some sort, the weapons, all weapons will grant +1 to your AC, as well
+1 to
as
AC. Holy shit!
Wait.
um,
AC? Or
yes,
Damn.
because
Oh,
they're
that's
shell.
cool. Yeah,
I
no, that
wanted
makes
to,
sense. That's cool. I like it.
yeah. And then they also will provide additional damage, and it depends on what weapon you take. I have that written down. And for extra money, you can enchant them to be able to cast one of these spells once per short rest. Let me text, or I'll put it in the Discord rather.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
So all of what I just sent you is a list of spells. They are all water / shell based, kind of. I was being, taking
No, I
creative
like it.
liberties. But for the listeners, to just read you off what they are: conjure minor water elemental, create or
like
destroy
water
water, water walk. Oh, did I
want
misspell that? Yeah, I did.
Maelstrom.
I would like water breaching.
Shape water, fog cloud, tidal wave, wall of water, water breathing, watery sphere, maelstrom, shield spell,
Maelstrom
and
sounds cool as hell.
and
That's what I
stone
want.
skin, but we would call it shell skin.
Yes, I want Maelstrom.
So okay, so the ones that you see with that
Well, we
little
might have to
symbol
budget.
after it, the ones that you see with the symbol after it are the rare items, so they are going to be more expensive.
I'm down.
And thus
I'm ready to
take
hustle.
more to
I'm here.
to
I'm
get a hold
Maelstrom.
of them.
Maelstrom's calling my name.
I do have well
the
never mind.
weapons
Let's figure
with-
out what we want.
So the weapons, so if they have the symbol, they're rare. The others are uncommon. The uncommon ones are 250, and the rare ones are 500.
Ooh, okay. Got
So
it.
y'all are gonna have to figure out how to make this
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I'm putting
and
that.
then we will for the other two things that y'all talked about, Bon.
Yes.
We can make some sort of separate deal for imbuing your arcane focus.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
And for your piece of armor, I will basically add that spell like that you mentioned as an option in this list for the uncommon.
Okay.
Basically the way I kind of picture that working, Alandi, is we would essentially give you the option to use goading strike,
Oh,
like a
Ooh.
fighter uses.
Yeah.
Obviously you don't have what do they call it, superiority die. So I would probably do it once or twice per short rest. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would think makes the most sense.
yeah.
But it doesn't need to be goading strike, I guess. But you can like activate it and like force
Yeah.
them to make a save.
I mean, I would honestly be happy with like if we just made it to where like whenever I used like one of my like infusion attacks, I can like make it goading rather than like do one of the other like just like add it to the list. Like I could goad.
Oh, yeah.
instead. Like something like that.
I could see that.
And like you can pick the I guess it would be like cold damage or something. Like basically like the armor would give me a new like to where I can summon like water blades now and something like that.
Cool.
All right,
So go ahead.
Yes. So, in doing, I want the arcane focus. Maybe I don't know how to. Could I? Because I want to get a weapon for Gareth. And
So for the arcane focus, really quick,
yes,
do you are wanting to embed that in something? Do you want to?
I'm
embed
thinking I
it
want to have like a little
in- Go
something,
ahead.
a little sauce to the fan,
Mhm.
Well, I
like just
think-
like a one thing.
What magical items are we willing to like what items?
I have
'cause
two.
a
That's
lot
what I
of
was just about to
armor
say.
and
Oh,
stuff that
yeah.
I can
I have
sell,
two
'cause
that
that
I'm-
can change how much money we have.
I was about to say I have two items that I'm putting up for grabs. Even though I really want to hold on to this one, I think I'm gonna sell it. I have
let me write
the
down
switch,
real
the
quick.
switch wand, the
This
switchblade
is
wand.
the math episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all have how much gold together?
680,
668.
668. That's what it is.
668.
Yeah.
Okay, we've
And
got the
I-
switch wand.
Yeah, if you just tell me how much, and if it's a thing where like Bond can like barter
So-
for it or
So,
something.
yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Y'all pull it all together with the items I'm willing to offer
Yeah.
Also, if you have any items you're willing to offer in this pot.
What was the other item you were saying?
The Zircon's homemade peanut brittle that's actually a bunch of real flying snakes. Or, well, 2 fake flying snakes and 1 real flying snake.
Sad that one hasn't come into play.
I know. I feel like it could have
is
came
what
up
it is.
later, but like for what we're doing now, like I want to get Gareth like
Yeah.
a dope new sword, or I don't know what weapon
For sure.
he'd want to use because I'm assuming he's proficient in most martial stuff. I think I'll leave that.
I can
Yeah,
sell all of my
so-
physical weapons since I just make weapons. I can sell all my physical.
That's why I
weapons.
wasn't really.
So,
Like,
yeah.
obviously they're just normal
Gareth-
weapons, but it'll help a little bit.
So Gareth has a little bit of money as well.
Mhm. Also have a mace
he-
for sale here for 5 gold.
He has a little bit of money. I'm gonna say Gareth has 150 gold
All right,
on him.
add that to the pot.
Well, hold on. I don't know if are we allowed to
Yeah.
spend Garrett's money?
I'm allowed to
gonna
spend his money on
leave
his
it
wife.
there, and
I agree with the
It
fact
could
that
go into his weapon
yes,
potentially.
I want to put the 150 towards Garrett's.
That's
item.
exactly what it. Yeah,
Yes,
that's all
yeah,
I'm doing it
yeah.
for. I'm not like.
Yeah,
And now
don't
I'm
wanna,
going to be greedy.
Yeah, I just don't want to put it a part of our pot.
I'm selling one of my maces, the peanut brittle, the switch wand, and once we have that pot, if we don't have enough for all of this, once we get the math tallied, I get advantage on persuasion. So I got double the dice.
Yeah, and I'll sell both my daggers and both my short swords because
Okay.
like I don't.
I'm checking my inventory
Yeah.
too to see if there's anything like
Oh,
in
and
D&D
if we're
that I
if we're
have.
getting the armor, I don't need my old leather armor either, or my
Yeah.
old because it's studded leather armor, which I think is like obviously all that together is probably not going to add more than like 50
Yeah.
or 60 gold, but every little bit helps when we're trying to each get
Right.
like a $500 item.
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to part with the 1960s class ring and a bigger knife.
Ugh, lame.
I know.
I'm gonna look at some spells real quick. I'm thinking like maybe some kind of first level spell on the fan
Okay.
that I don't have, nothing crazy. And then whatever Gareth thing is 500. So
So Kyle, you said you wanted to try to make Maelstrom happen, right?
yeah, for Gareth's weapon.
Oh, for Gareth's weapon. Gotcha.
Yes. I wanted Gareth to have something fucking worth fucking swinging with. I don't think it would be dope to have Maelstrom on the fan, but I feel like then that's selling Gareth up. What else could I give him? Let me look at the list again.
I like the idea of like your fan doing some kind of like isn't there like a bubble beam-esque kind of thing? I thought there was.
Maybe the watery sphere.
So with everything you sold, that adds up, or everything you are wanting to sell, that gives you an extra 290. We can call that an even 300.
Okay, so about
So that's-
800.
So
No,
that gives
6,
us
7, 8, 9,
968.
968. We almost have $1,000, boys.
So I want to throw this out as an alternative because it might be a little bit easier than Golden Strike. There is a spell called Compelled Duel, where where basically like you pick someone and they have to make a wisdom, and then if you basically like they have to fight you, but if you fight anyone else, it immediately ends. But like it makes it to where like they have disadvantage if they try to fight anyone other than you.
Gotcha. Then yes, that works.
That'll probably work a lot better.
For the first level spell, I'm thinking about getting attached to my fan. I was thinking about doing a lightning lure. It's got like fishy vibes, right? Is my whole thing, because it's like a lure. You're going fishing with something. Is my whole thought. It's nothing crazy. It's just like an electrified, like get over here move. That's like does a D8
Let me
of
look it up
damage.
really quick.
Yeah, that's actually a cantrip.
Yeah, I just figured something simple, nothing too crazy.
If it's a cantrip,
pump,
then it
like,
definitely is
Spell
gonna be
slots
an
into it because it's like
uncommon.
attached to an item, so it's not something I can like increase the damage of. I
So
just
it's
wanted
kind
to,
of like Thorn Whip.
yeah, essentially, but
lightning.
but electric damage.
I think Carveth is going to stick with a quarterstaff, but if he can find one with like a cool little like lobster claw,
Lacrosse
as, like
stick?
almost like a yeah, kind of like a
Okay.
kind of
Or
like
like
a
it's
club
closed,
at
I
the
get you.
top, so he could like smack some fools. Yeah.
I thought you meant
So
like a
something
scoop, 'cause
like
I was gonna
that.
be like, bro, we set up some fucking grenades with the alchemy jug. You start tossing them at people. It's full of stink poo water, nasty necromancer poo water.
Well, it could have
Oh,
little
no.
grabbers that like he uses to like help him
No.
climb. Where he's like,
Oh yeah, that's dude. There's a lot of options.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna name
Oh,
that?
yeah.
We got to
Give him
name
a
our
little-
That's
new
true.
give him a little
weapons.
gripper.
I'm really thinking about mine right now this whole time.
Are you wanting to put something on it or no?
I don't think so. I thought of a couple. Oh man.
Yeah. Can you
I think
can
it'd
you
be-
engrave something on the fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like it to say Dren.
Mm.
And that I think is going to be the name of the fan as well. I was gonna think of something fun and quippy, but then as soon as I thought about engraving that, I was like, "Oh, it's got."
You honestly took something from me, but I like it better.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Wait.
Well, you say that, and Jamiroquai goes, "Man, I was gonna name mine Quest." I'm still
can
gonna
too.
do it.
No.
I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just like I thought I was gonna get to be like, this one's for Quest, and like you took it. Now, granted, that's great. I'm not upset about it.
I really
I'm
really
not upset
sandbagged you
about
on that one. I'm so sorry. I
you did, but it's okay.
didn't mean to step on any toes there. We've all lost something. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah. Carveth. So since you don't want to spell, I will let you, if you want, for the 250, we can make it a +1 quarterstaff as well.
Put some extra
Would
stank.
So
that-
you'll
on
get
it,
would
plus
that
one to your
actually
AC
attack
and
him?
plus one to
Let's
attack
go.
and damage. He'll get that +1 AC. You'll all get a +1
Nice.
AC for these.
Nice.
And then he would get a +1 to his attack and damage. A +1 adds 2 damage
Yes, I
too,
would
right?
love that.
Not it. Usually it is. Yes.
It's for
Yes. If it's
Let
a
me
weapon,
double
Like a
check.
+1 weapon?
yes.
Yeah.
But normally, like you don't get the +1 to AC and weapon. But like these, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
these,
yeah. Yes.
Since mine is not a weapon, can I have a +2 to my AC?
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yay!
That I think that tracks logically. I'm a kind DM.
I appreciate it.
A malevolent DM.
Also,
Malevolent
since
DM.
since she's willing to do engraves, can I get like a little J3B logo somewhere on it, wherever feels right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Wherever you want it.
Fuck yeah. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to have that as well. Like a little like
A J3B or do you want?
inscription on
Yeah,
it,
so
like
This is
yeah,
this is an important question.
No,
for us,
J3B,
please.
yeah.
If I'm getting the first armor piece with J3B. Do we want it like big across the chest? Do we want it
Wait,
like in the
no.
corner?
Hear me out. Sorry, I dropped my dice.
Do we want it on the back, like on a cape?
One
Like,
of
how
us
do we-
gets a J, one of us gets the 3, the other one gets a B.
That's not bad.
Thoughts?
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I mean,
What-
I think Jen. I think with Dren being on mine already, if I get a letter, it could
No,
kinda get a little
that's
confusing.
that's
I'll
kind
do
of
the
the
3.
because we're not all getting armor. I think for now it just needs to be a singular
true.
J3.
Yeah, go. Then yeah, no,
Ooh,
for sure.
How
J3B.
about like? Were you okay with me like whenever I activate it, it was like the frills like shoot up?
Yeah.
What if that says J3?
across the
Yeah,
collar?
Oh, that's
across
so
the
good.
frills that like shoot
Yes.
up.
That's so
I was thinking that
good.
too on the inside of the fan. Maybe
Yeah.
somehow
I
I,
love
open
that.
it up. It says J3B.
Definitely. So while you're all kind of figuring this stuff out, Jamiroquai goes ahead and walks up to Shelly and explains to her what he wants. He says, if I could get I want a shell rapier with conjure minor water elemental.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call my elemental Quest. Kind of like Bon said earlier. And it's also kind of like a dark funny because like the water elemental is gonna die a bunch like Quest did.
I was gonna say too. You could also even be like, because you're like honoring your homie. Maybe call it something like Questlove.
Questlove. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Like
Questlove's in the house.
an elemental called Quest.
The spirit of Quest.
An elemental called Quest is
An
good.
elemental called Quest.
That's
I think
good.
that's what I'm gonna go with. That'll be $500. And he pulls out a big pile of gold from his pocket and
Holy
sorts through it and
shit.
hands her
I fucking believe it.
500 gold pieces.
He won a lot of games of trivia.
No, fair, and he's
We got paid a
financially
lot.
he's more financially stable than us because he's been on the planet longer too. So like, I'm sure his investigation has been paying him pretty well. Working with the government.
I've got let's see, I got like 100 spare. I could probably help y'all out.
Hey,
make up the difference.
Hey, that'll sweeten the pot for sure.
I'll take it if we need it.
Yeah, let's see what our whole tally is.
Yeah. She says, okay, so I got a shell fan with the focus, the lightning lure. I've got a +2 shell armor with compelled duel.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a +1 shell quarterstaff with a lobster claw head. I've got a shell longsword with
Fucking
maelstrom.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna come out to be about.
Oh, don't forget the engravings as well.
Oh yes, the engravings, of course. That's.
I'm not trying to hustle you out of the deal, but I am going to
I
also barter
appreciate
with
it.
you.
No, I'll throw the engravings in for free.
Oh, thank
because you're
goodness,
making
you
a
are.
big purchase.
What a saint! What a saint! Yeah, full bundle. It's all
let's
on me.
see, we're looking
also,
at,
these items up for trade, and he puts up all the items that we were going to trade in exchange as well for any gold.
Oh yes. I will count those in a second. Your total price is $12.50.
Ooh, not bad. What if I?
So
maybe-
your total is not just real quick. Your total is $968. That's what you all have.
Yeah.
Gareth did say he has an extra 100. That leaves us at $1068 out of a total $12.50. So you're only
Well, hold on.
What's
hold
that,
on.
like
we
And
actually,
Jamiroquai
I
is
think
100 too.
I think we're closer because Jamiroquai gave us 100. You said
Gareth had 100 as well,
150.
so that's 200.
No, he said
No,
he had
I already-
150.
Oh, 150.
did I not count Gareth's?
No, you counted Jamiroquai's
Yeah.
100, not Gareth's.
I didn't count
Gets
Gareth's.
had 150.
So
So 150. I think we're
That's-
only like 100 short.
y'all are at y'all's bill is $12.18. You're at a clean 12. Sorry, your bill is $12.50. You're at a clean $12.18.
That's not bad at all.
No, that's that worked out a
Shut-
lot
shut
better
us-
than I
You know,
expected.
Oh,
we're in
Yeah.
good with Sheldon. You're a distant relative. We're spending a decent amount of cash. You think we could walk out of here with the lot for what we've got here?
I mean, I'm already.
I tell you what. On top of the engravings, yes, I know you are being very generous. What if I did you also a favor? You got a favorite beverage or a soup you might enjoy?
You like olive oil?
Dang, I was gonna make the joke. I like soup. Do you have bone broth?
Bone broth. And he yells into the alchemy jug. And he's like, if you got a container around, maybe like one of those half moon kind of claw deals, I could pour you out some piping hot bone broth right now.
How much gold do you think like a little cup of soup is worth?
Well, I mean, I'm here for a while.
Not trying to be rude.
No.
Not trying to
What
be
I'm
rude.
saying is the contents of this right now would be yours for sure, as long as we're here while you're commissioning this. So whenever
I'll
you
take
want some
the
bone
alchemy
broth,
jug.
I can give you the broth.
You haven't even tried to persuade anything. Just
I'm
going straight.
saying,
So
no,
I'll
I'm
give
saying
you soup.
this is a part of the persuasion. He's giving her
Yes.
broth while she commissions at his beck and call because he's just gonna hang out for the time being. Maybe go mingle after we get our equipment.
If we
Y'all aren't gonna be in town too long. Y'all
I'm gonna
know that.
I'm gonna
So,
try.
like, if
I'm gonna
we-
see if I can.
Brad is about to find.
how much will you
Yeah.
take off? How much will you take off? And my brother's gonna convince you of this, but how much would you take off for like? If we let you put your brand on all the stuff, so it's like advertisement.
Oh my
We're
god.
pretty
No, that's-
effective in
that's
all-
already a thing.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
wait, what?
I didn't tell you. We already put
Shit.
our brand on the hilt of the weapons, and
boy.
it'll be on the inside of your armor.
See, it's on the ass of my armor
The
instead of
branding.
juicy.
It's like juicy.
claw.
Juicy.
Come on. I don't know. I feel like we've got a good rapport here. We're spending a lot of money. What? Come on. Just
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
just look
Let's
past it.
see
Have the broth.
how it
Have a
goes.
sip
I'm
of the
gonna say
broth.
this is you're only like 30 short.
Yes.
Literally, I'm gonna say this is a DC 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
12. Okay. I think I beat it by a bunch because I got an 11 plus numbers.
Come on, 11 plus. If it's
How
enough, we
many
might have some
numbers?
change.
Persuasion.
Is it a zero?
11 plus 6, 17.
Oh. She goes,
I rolled a 2 and an 11. I just need y'all to know that. Could have gone real
Oh,
bad.
God.
Could have gone real bad.
you guys, you know what? You guys have. you seem like good guys, and from the little faint glimpses I've got from Sheldon, it seems like what y'all are doing is pretty important. We'll call it even here.
He
We'll
just
call it
starts
square
pouring
here.
her a bowl and puts some little communion wafers he's got in his vestments out. He's like,
Oh,
here,
that's
I'll
very
crumble
kind of
these
you.
on top.
Dessert.
I'll crumble these on top like a little porridge deal. You enjoy. You enjoy
That's
that
very
flavor.
kind of you.
Yes, yes.
If you all will let me get to my work, I'll
Yes.
have these ready in just a couple hours, maybe by dinner time.
All right,
All
sounds like a
right.
plan. And I'll be back with a nice gazpacho as a fun gift for the thank you.
Oh, thank you. And
cold tomato
Shelley
soup for the evening.
makes her way back into the back of the tent.
Yep. All right, let's mingle about town. There's a bit of our people all about while we're waiting for all this stuff to get done. I gotta go talk to my kin. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna go talk. This is the most Genasi I've seen in one place. I've only gotten one meeting with Aria, and I haven't even seen her in a minute. I gotta tell her about. I'll call her after. Unless it's a really bad interaction, in which case I won't call her.
Who's to say Aria hasn't been here before? Who
That's
knows?
true.
Wisdom of One is a podcast about fantasy.
What are you? And what is your special?
He's on the dollar menu. He's delicious.
Brothers arguing.
You guys are the worst people ever. I hate all of you.
And really good decisions.
So the wind is whistling past your ears as you're plummeting over the cliff.
So please find Wisdom of One, subscribe, and give us a try.
Jesus, we're really doing the cannibalism thing?
Wisdom of One and Wisdom of One.
Charisma of 20, but a wisdom of 1.
Carveth, I assume you're wanting to find some tieflings, or is there something else about this town that
Yeah.
interests you? You don't have to just be like, oh, there's
So-
another tiefling, I'll go chat with them. Just
Yeah. So I think Carveth would want to talk to the first lady. I can't remember her name.
Let me
Harmony.
Harmony.
Harmony. Yes, I remember that. So I think he'd want to I think Carveth would have been kind of taken by surprise a little bit at seeing another tiefling, because just like Genasi, tieflings are very uncommon, and I think he'd want to go talk.
And I don't think your characters have ever thought
Mm-hmm.
about this really, but I think the races that are extraplanar are few and far between, as far as you can tell, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does the
So you're gonna
underground does the underground count as another plane? Presumably not. Yeah. Okay.
No.
That's what I figured. I figured half
Yes.
elves, half dark elves aren't crazy uncommon, especially
Yeah.
not compared to the other two.
Yes,
Like,
definitely uncommon, but not extremely uncommon.
Yeah, not like Genasi uncommon.
Yes. So Carveth, you are going to look for Harmony, who is I would say Harmony's probably having lunch at the mess hall. She is just in a group of other people. She's rather soft spoken and doesn't really say much. But yeah, you can there's actually a seat across from her if you wanted to kind of worm your way in there.
Hello, do you mind if I take a seat here?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Carveth, was it?
Oh, yes. It's nice to meet a fellow tiefling. I
course,
can't say
always.
that I've really met many of our kind before. I think you might only be the third tiefling maybe I've met.
Yeah, as far as I know, there aren't a lot of us outside of the order. But it's a little presumptuous of me to say, considering I've not spent much time outside of the order. That's just what I hear.
Oh, yeah. So you've been here pretty much your whole life?
Yeah, I was born here. My parents are. I come from a long line of protectors of the order and protectors of the shell.
Oh,
I have ventured the our out of our base on various like short-term missions, be it like rescue or intel or stuff. But that was when I was younger. I rarely venture out of the safety of town.
oh man, I've been all over. I up until like kind of recently, I've pretty much only ever lived in my hometown, but I only ever knew the one tiefling. There's my mentor, my master.
I forgot your master was a tiefling for some
Yeah.
reason. We haven't talked about your master
Yeah, I
in a while.
Unimportant
Really?
backstory.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's nice to meet you. There are a number of us down here. My family mostly. They're not all my family. I don't mean to make it sound like this is all a place for inbreeding. But
wow.
Yeah.
No, I before you had the chance to think it, I wanted to cut that off
no.
before the listeners could leave comments.
Oh, that's fair. I mean,
Our eyes are blue, aren't they?
I don't really think much, so
That's fair.
yeah. I do have a question. So,
Go ahead.
In talking with Sheldon, I think I found out that my father might have been like an actual demon, like not even like in like later in my like ancestry, like my dad might have been.
Makes sense to me. If you as far as I know, and there's not like textbooks on this kind of stuff, but as far as I can tell, you can kind of do an all right job of telling like how far back in your lineage it is. Like if you notice your horns are a lot more pronounced than mine, and she points over at some kids running around who have just like tiny little nubs, and it's not, it doesn't look like the nubs that you would have had when you were like growing up as a little kid.
Yeah.
Like
They're like a little more subtle.
Yes.
Okay.
There are some features that over the years start to either fade away or fade into the background a little, and yours are some of the most pronounced that I've ever seen, but through my limited experience. So that would make sense to me, I think.
That is so interesting. Like I've like I said, the only other tiefling that I knew was my mentor, and we didn't really like talk about it too much. Like it was just kind of like, I think it was like we were together a lot of the time, and like it was just nice to not like feel different, I guess. So like we didn't really talk about it ever.
So I obviously can't tell, like, your father might have been directly this demon, but
I mean, I believe Sheldon. I mean, he's been around literally forever. So, I mean,
that's true.
I just, it's so crazy because like, my brothers, like, we're not even like fully related. I mean, obviously, but like, they're really the only family that I've had. Like, I don't really remember. We're on this huge like mission to like find our adopted parents, and then in that mission we found out that we actually had like other parents. So like then we got like 3 new sets of parents, and there's just so many parents and so many parents, and I don't know any of them, and I'm just like, the chances of not knowing any of these people is just like so low, I feel like,
It definitely makes living in this shell a lot less confusing. It sounds like.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to help, my brothers, and obviously I want to get to know the people that raised me, but I was so young when they left, and I don't know. My brothers are the closest thing to parents that I have. And
well, as far as I'm concerned, and this is coming from someone who's part of like, I mean, you could call this a cult if you want.
Oh,
but
I don't judge.
Blood don't really mean shit. I mean, if I'm being honest, what
Bond
matters
needs
is
the
who's
fam
there
right now.
who's there for you, who's, you know, and it sounds like you've got a good group of brothers, and those fuck kids are hilarious. So, you know, you're surrounding yourself with pretty good people. So I'd say you're doing pretty well.
I guess you're
but
right.
I understand how tumultuous. I don't mean to downplay how like serious the stuff you're going through is. I apologize for if I made it sound that way.
I mean, to be honest, like this is probably the most serious I've been in at least 20 episodes. So,
Referring to the episodes, I'm convinced Carveth is the only one who can break the fourth wall.
The one who doesn't speak is the only one.
Yes.
Who can,
Yes.
He's like,
It's
we're
the
in a
rule.
show.
It's the rule.
That's
so,
funny.
yeah,
I feel
mean,
like bees can break the fourth wall, but
yeah, bees definitely could break
Bees
the fourth
is different.
wall.
Bees is like this weird
bees
lobster.
is the fourth wall.
We didn't even think to ask if bees was around while the lobster's been around for eons. We don't know anything
I think
about
we
bees.
did.
I think
You
we
did.
asked the lobster.
did we?
if-
Okay.
Yeah, we asked Sheldon
think
if
we
he
did.
knew bees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
think
know
we
that.
did, but I don't know if he knows that bees is a timeless being. What if bees is like an immortal like
Well,
this?
you don't know that bees is a
Yeah.
timeless being.
Yeah,
I don't-
That's not. No, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
what you're saying. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I barely know you. It's so hard to. I'm so sorry for just dropping all of this on you, but
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's I don't super often meet new people, obviously, given the nature of the whole secret society. So it's nice to talk to a fresh face.
yeah, I do appreciate you listening, and I do understand what you're saying. I do think of them as brothers, not only as brothers but parents as well, which is also kind of weird when you think about it. But
That is kind of weird, but I kind of get it.
yeah, I mean, our childhood was just so crazy, and then recently I kind of had to be their parent, which was kind of weird because they were fighting, and like, I don't know, it's just very confusing.
I hate it when mom and dad fight.
Oh God, Jesus. Anyway, I just wanted to come over here and talk to you, and just
Well, I
kind of.
appreciate it. You and your brothers, as far as I'm concerned, are always welcome to come visit. Assuming you don't tell other people that we exist.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. We might
We'll
accidentally,
probably forget
but
in a
yes,
couple episodes.
yes, we will probably forget in a few episodes. But if we don't, I'm sorry, because we probably will tell somebody on
We
accident.
can promise you we won't remember how to get here.
I believe that. I do not mean to sound this is my job, so I don't mean to sound overly brash. I'm just trying to be forthright. Should you tell people about the existence of the Elder Shell, we, and by we I mean I, will be forced to hunt you down.
Oh,
And
okay.
I truly do not
no.
mean that to be like
No,
a,
no, you're
like
just-
a threat,
you're just
but
giving
it is
me,
a
like, a
threat
heads up.
because
Hold on,
Yes,
can we pause
yes.
really quick? This
What's
is
up?
new information. I was under the impression we weren't allowed to tell them about the cult. I didn't realize we couldn't tell people about the Elder Shell himself.
Yeah.
I just thought we couldn't
I
tell
think
them
just in
about
general.
all a huge secret.
just anything. We can't tell them about anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if people found out there's a being who's been around
Yeah.
for the entirety of time.
Oh, yeah.
That's
like,
fair. I guess
yeah.
that's fair.
Well, I mean, the
I don't-
entirety of this
yeah.
plane's time.
I don't
yeah.
know why.
Oh.
For whatever reason, I was like, as long as we don't tell them where their base is, we're cool.
I'll be honest, I definitely appreciate you telling us that. You're telling me that because 100% I guarantee that me and my brothers did not take it that way, and I will definitely tell them that we will not tell anyone ever.
I appreciate that
Just
because
cut
the
to
last thing
Alandi
I
and
would
Bond
want,
being like,
yeah,
whoa, man, I can't wait to tell everybody about this cool
on your Wanderful,
all we
on your
gotta do is-
Wanderful,
Yeah,
you will
anyway,
not
Elder
believe
Grumpo.
where I am right now.
You will not believe what I just did and saw.
We probably don't have good reception because we're underground. But it's like,
Yeah.
man, as soon as I get good reception, I'm calling everybody.
I gotta tell the world.
The last thing I would want would be to have to hunt you all down
Oh,
because you
yeah.
all seem very nice and
Yeah.
a fun group, if you will.
Oh, we're chaotic
So
as fuck.
do not make me do that because I do not want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we like you guys, so we definitely won't do that. So
Sweet.
cool. Well, thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I guess I'll leave you to it, and I've got to go pick up a new weapon soon, so I'll go do that now.
Little pro tip.
Oh,
Before you leave,
yes.
head over to the mess hall, which I think you're in the mess hall, but like she points over, head over to the counter and ask for the cherry delight.
Oh,
it's to die for.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'll go do that right now if they have some. And I'll walk over and go grab a cherry delight.
It's basically like a cherry pie.
Oh.
I knew it was gonna be
it's
something with
essentially
a
a cherry
crust.
pie.
I'm upset.
It's
I want
kind
my
of
pie
like
now.
it's kind of like a dump cake. I don't know if you've heard.
Yes,
If you've had a dump cake, it's kind of like that mixed with a pie.
Oh God!
I like the
Cherry
idea
delight
that we
is my
actually.
stepdad's favorite dessert. Fun fact.
I like the
it's
idea
the first
that's
thing
how
that
we
came to my
meet back
mind.
up is that we all separately at the end of our interactions we're told to go to eat cherry.
Everyone's like, go get the
Delight,
cherry
and we
delight.
just sit down next to each other
Yeah.
like, oh.
Oh, you also were told about the cherry. I thought I was getting the cool hookup. Now everybody knows about the cherry.
All right, Bon. Yes.
What type of genasi am I seeing more prevalently around here? I'd assume
So-
Earth genasi, but I don't want to make presumptions.
Yeah, you see two Earth Genasi talking with a Air Genasi.
Sorry to give you the Wojak, like pointing and looking back. But yeah, he
They're
definitely
kind of
does it.
talking over by the statue in town square, just chatting.
Hey, not to interrupt.
Oh, hey,
Good luck.
Bon. I'm sorry we just heard there's lots of talk about you and your brothers
Yeah,
in town.
hello-
I don't know
hello.
you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
too forward
the
of me.
introduction's already started since you know me. I'm actually Bontavious is my full name.
Bontavious.
Yes, well,
and you're speaking. That is the Air Genasi speaking, kind of excited to meet a new face.
How are you, fellow Genasi? I come from a small village, and I'm the only one of me there. So this is great to see. I've never met an Earth Genasi either. This is awesome.
Oh yes, it's a pleasure to meet you, Bontavious.
Yes, hello.
The one Earth Genasi says to you, "Hello, my name is Stone. This is my compatriot," and points to the other Earth Genasi and says, "My name is Gravel."
Yes.
And the Air Genasi kind of looks at you, and I'm Star.
Ooh. What a pleasure to meet all of you. You guys seem in great spirits. Hey, let me ask you something. And this is super short, not keeping too much time.
Hit me with it.
Pressing matters. You guys, this is like a safe haven for us. Hey, like you guys feel welcome and good here down here. in
Oh
the other
yes, we have been very welcome.
I read this big book about our past,
not-
and so I'm worried that that's always on the hunt because I know nothing about my people. So like, just keep my head on the swivel. It's good to see you guys in great spirits and not being hunted for
this
your
is-
Genasi blood or
Of
powers.
course.
I can't quite remember.
This is a safe haven in the sense that we are safe here.
Yes, fair enough.
I don't mean to make it sound like this is like where we come to be safe. I Star, that's Star speaking. I arrived here honestly by happenstance.
Kind of similar situation.
It's kind of hard to tell time when you're living underground, but
Fair.
I guess that's probably 9 or 10 years ago.
Wow.
I ran into Stone and Gravel here while I was roaming the Underdark, and they took me to meet the Elder Shell, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Gravel and I are brothers. We have lived here all of our lives. Our parents, God rest their soul,
God rest their
passed
soul. Of course,
a number of years ago. And you'll see over there, and they kind of point to the other side of the square, and you look and see there is a half drow, half genasi little kid running
Hell
around. That is my son.
Oh my God.
His name is the Darkness. Because
goodness.
we wanted to name him the coolest thing we can think of. We wanted him to sound intimidating. There's not
the dark
a
one,
lot
yes. No way. You're
no, not the dark one.
Oh,
not the dark one.
Okay, so there
the
is
Darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
No, the dark one's
That was
parents are
Kyle.
That
dead.
was just a
confused. It wasn't
coincidence.
Bond.
There's a lot of people down here who like to name their kids just like really cool stuff.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's not a lot of us around anymore, so we wanted him
Anymore?
as he's growing up. Well, no, you kind of
right.
alluded to that.
Historically,
you knew about,
no.
Yes,
No.
historically.
I mean,
sorry. Yes,
I thought you meant like there was like a
our
specific...
people. No.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes,
I
yes,
see.
no,
I see.
definitely
I see the
understand
confusion.
it.
No.
Yeah.
I
thought there
just
was
wanted
more
him
threats,
to
and that's
have.
like that's the least
No,
that
no,
we need
no,
on our
no.
plate. Am I right? Like
As far
a
as
new, different
as far as
underground
we
threat.
know-
That'd be fucking terrifying. Where do you go
As
from
far as
there?
we know,
I'll tell you this
people
much: don't go to space.
Today's day don't have much interest in hunting us down like
Exactly.
before.
I was just
And we
saying-
wanted the Darkness as he grows up to have all of the confidence
Oh,
possible in the world. So we named him such a badass thing.
I don't know
like the
how
Darkness.
often. I don't know how often you people get above ground outside of the culty, not in a negative connotation, but
No, it's
you
okay.
You got
I know
things
what you
going.
mean.
But if you're ever above ground, come to Thandor. There's some really enlightening information about our past that you could potentially pass down to your kid. I also know of another Air Genasi who roams the surface as well.
Really?
Not to, we're not all a monolith or anything, but I just mean to say you guys seem like good people, and it's important to know where we come from. And I think the next generation should be armed with knowledge. So, just...
That's a good word.
Yeah, definitely. But again, like I said, I won't keep your time. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate it. The way this clan is.
starving.
This clan is. I'll get to that. This clan, while very protective of
Do you
its
know any
secrets
cherry-based
and-
desserts?
while very protective of its secrets and of the secret of the shell, it is. We are not like. We are obviously not captives here. Like,
no, I don't even mean to say that. I just like
no, I do not. I truly do not mean to make it sound like that's what you were
like.
implying.
I don't know if you're familiar with too much alcohol-based partying, but like sometimes loose lips might get you assassinated, I guess.
No, but perhaps one day we shall venture to the surface and find
please
this
come
Thandor.
to the
Perhaps
Flavor
the
Town.
Darkness
There's a tavern, Flavor Town. I know
Town. Now that sounds enticing.
it is.
Is there any bards wearing flamed shirts?
Yeah, most of the clientels are going to be in these what they are calling a bowing shirts, like bow staffs, bowing shirts.
Oh,
nice
bowing
button up,
shirts.
flame like
Yes,
bowling shirts,
yes.
whatever.
No, I got it.
And
That sounds great.
I
Is
know
this
the
a restaurant?
head chef there. She is a dear friend of mine.
Head chef, what is her specialty?
Oh, a little something called Southern breakfast. Have you heard of grits?
No, what are these grits?
And he like feels around in his pack. I have this small Tupperware. These are cheese grits. These are not base grits, so you are
Okay.
jumping a bit advanced. Heat these up. Add a little butter to that. It'll change your life.
Ooh.
It's going to bring you
All
up
right.
from the underground. I'll tell you that. And you can have
Well,
that.
if
on the
I
house.
could return the favor,
Ooh, yes.
come here.
Okay.
This is a secret.
Ooh, a bit of a kiki. I like this. We're dishing. Yes. Tell me.
My wife.
Mm.
My wife.
My wife.
Sorry, that's from this guy I know does that all the time.
Mm.
My wife.
That's what you get because I didn't have my Borat sound in here. All right, please
My
continue.
wife, Sandy, works at the mess hall.
Yes.
She makes the best cherry delight.
Cherry delight, you say?
You should, before you all leave, you must stop by.
Absolutely.
Tell her you spoke to me.
Oh, of course.
Tell her you spoke to Stone, and
yes.
she will hook you up.
Nice. Okay. Yes. Absolutely. No, for sure. All I've got is bone broth on me at the moment. I was hanging out over at the Smiths.
No, you gave me the grits. That's plenty.
No. I just mean in case your friends might not be down with the grits, have a little something on the side. He kind of fills a little bowl. There you go. There's some bone broth just on the side if you're watching your figure. Or
Who's
any
not going to
carbs or
be
anything like
down with grits?
But thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Stone,
should we
gravel,
rise
star.
to the surface? Would we find you in the stand door?
Yes, please. Yes, you. If you let there is a guardsman named Pharrell. Let him know that you are familiar with me, and I'm sure things should be just fine. And then we'll meet probably in the evening time once we have some business to take care of here while we are in the underground. So that won't happen for quite some time. But I'd say about in a week's time, I'll see you at Flavortown.
Alandi, who or what would you like to do / talk to?
So I think this is something I don't think is going to surprise you. Alandi has no interest in finding out about Drow. Like he wants to either go back to Sheldon if that's like a viable pet. He wants to try to gain more information about Faye and their moms. Like,
gotcha.
Because even if like the last time Sheldon saw them was at that point, maybe we can learn about like what they were doing. Like he is very like I think I've established, he doesn't care about Drow stuff.
Yes, 100%. I think you go over to the guards who guard Sheldon's chamber, and I'm going to need you to persuade them to let you in. Also, side note, does anyone remember Sheldon's voice? Because I sure don't.
I definitely do not.
I will say, Tyler, if you would rather
I feel like
go
it was
talk to
something kind of like this. Like a bit of a normal
I think
guy,
that sounds right.
Yeah, I think so
slightly
too.
British.
Okay.
Slightly British.
Yeah, so you make your way over to the people guarding the door, and they say, you're back. What can we do for you?
Well, so to be honest, we've got like kind of a few more minutes. We've got like a little while a blacksmith is making us some cool Sheldon armor. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it feels like that's what it should be called.
Yeah, Shelly.
Armaments
she
of
makes the
Sheldon,
armor,
please.
I like it. Shell mill.
Shell mail.
But so I was wondering
Snail mail.
if I could just talk to him a little bit more. He's got his hive mind, and he saw my mom's, and I would love to talk to him.
Has Harmony approved this, or
nobody told me not to. I don't know. I think Harmony is left because she's like a important person. Like she left to go do stuff. To be clear, this isn't him lying. He genuinely just doesn't know where Harmony went.
No, fair. I think the two guards kind of look at each other and they're like, "Is he like? What do you? Should we? I mean, he was just in. Why don't you go ahead and give me a, I guess persuasion roll?
I'll take it. Persuasion. That is 15.
Yeah. The guard kind of they're kind of chatting between themselves, a little unsure, and they kind of like go 1 second. And the one guard bends down and picks up a little blue bug off the ground. It's like, is this guy allowed to just come in and chat with you?
I want to be looking.
And he holds
at
it up
the
to his
bug.
ear.
Thumbs up. Like,
Yeah. He shows the bug, Alandi giving a thumbs up, and then holds the bug up to his ear, and he's like, all right. And he go ahead, and he lets you in. And
place
as
is so
you
cool.
approach, the casters step away, and the big wall of color kind of drops, and before you is Sheldon. Hey man, what's up?
Hey man,
God, you are so. Can I just say, for someone who pressed upon us or earlier that like you're very like conversation deprived, you're very chill about it, and I respect that. Like that's hard to pull off.
Listen, man, you can't put expectations on yourself, you know?
No, it's like it's one of those things where you're ancient, so it makes sense. But your vibe's good. Your vibe is good.
Thank you.
So I was hoping you might be able to. I know the last time you said the last place you saw Faye and our moms. I was wondering if could you tell us a little bit? Could you tell me a little bit more about like what they were doing, where they were coming from? Just
so I need to make sure the nature of my existence comes across properly. I am not a perfect record of everything I've experienced. And I'm not trying to suggest that that's what you think. I just want to make sure, like, I do not have a perfect memory of everything that I've experienced. I'm experiencing a million little things at once, and I have taken a vested interest in your group just for pure entertainment. Sorry if that's a little dehumanizing.
No,
Drowizing.
I think
you know what I mean.
I think I'm still a people. I think humans fine.
Okay, but I don't want to make it sound like I'm all knowing. I'm all seeing, kind of. I'm not really all seeing.
No,
I'm like as close to all seeing as you can get.
Yeah.
But like,
so I'll just kind of set the stage
ahead.
for. We went on a grand adventure to find our parents. After 15 years, based on a drawing I found in an old library. So anything you give us is gonna be more effective than that. Like, your half-baked intel is better than a random map we found.
Do you have a... I think he asked you about a map last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you'll pull that map back out, I can...
You know what? I give him the real original map. That is how much I respect this.
But
man.
he doesn't know that that's a big deal.
No.
He kind of looks at it and he kind of points out, this is the general area that your mother was last seen. And he had told you before that it was in the northern section.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're looking at the map, if you remember, we have the Ironwood off to the northeast or the northwest.
Yeah.
The Throne Mountain was kind of in the Middle East. The Middle East. He kind of highlights a section kind of in the central yonder, but decently far north.
And did he mark where, like, weren't there like vibes?
Where he marked the two places where you have reason to believe there might be another congruence.
Yes. And one of them was in those northern mountains, right?
In that direction, yes. He very much said he doesn't know exactly where because his bugs were also being murdered by this creature.
Right.
But yes, they're in, one of them is in the somewhat general vicinity as well.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, he gets across that Faye was last spotted further north than that position was.
Oh, so actually
that's that is not to suggest that because I can tell what you're I can tell like the things you're thinking. That's not to suggest that she was or wasn't looking for the congruence.
Got it.
She is or isn't still in this location.
So like if there's any kind of like, if you remember anything, and if you don't, like, it's totally, you've already given us a fantastic lead. If you can remember anything from, to me, it was a black box of my parents left 15 years ago, and now I found my father in a cloud city, and my mom and the rest of our moms are in the mountains to the north, and I just...
Here is what I can give you. Your mother, Faye, that is, if that's correct, she disappeared off my radar. And I do not mean this last time. I believe, based off of our conversation, that your mother and father ventured to Duradera, which has escaped my sight. And your mother's company returned without Drin, as you have called him, and I do apologize, or my condolences rather, for the implication of that fact. But your mother's party did not venture with her up north.
Where did they go?
They, as far as I know, went their separate ways, and your mother ventured alone north.
So our parents aren't together. Do our biological? Our mom. I'm just trying to understand why everybody abandoned me to take care of our family, and our parents are good, and I want to believe that our biological parents are good too, and it just
If I've learned anything from my millennia of existence, it's that no one is just good or just bad. I think that we can do good things and do bad things. I think we do things that we do not know how they affect other people. I think life's just too complicated for good and bad. Some people definitely ebb on the bad side, or some people definitely like that is I feel like that's just a good person, but good people can do bad things and hurt others, you know.
It's not that. I don't know if my parents were good people, but they were good parents. They were great. And then they just went away. Carveth barely got to experience them. Like, I have to tell him how great they were. And like, I did my best, but if any flaws they have is because I was a bad role model. Like, I'm still not. Like, that's just not my. But like, I don't mean that as like a pity thing. I mean that as just like my parents were good.
I know what you mean.
And then they went away, and I need to understand, because I used to be able to convince myself that they didn't have a choice. But they're roaming around, so they could have. Hell, I've got a little ball that doesn't work great down here, but like, call. And they have to have a good reason. I know they have to have a good reason. They had a good reason to abandon us. I don't understand it, and I was hoping you might be able to help me understand it. And if you can't, it's just, if you can, any piece of anything in the last 15 years, like, she's in the mountains now. Where was she before that? Like, where have they been?
Listen, I'm just a big lobster.
You're right.
So take what I have to say.
That's a solid point. You are just a big lobster.
I didn't even think sorry, I was trying to get through it. It's just a big lobster. What the fuck does he know?
He's been around since the start of time.
Yeah, that's so funny. But he's still just a big lobster.
He's so not
lobster
just a big lobster. Listen. I'm just a big
little
lobster.
guy.
So take my opinions with a grain of salt. I have to imagine if they were as good as you describe them,
I know they were.
You clearly have such love and respect for them. They must have had a good reason.
My brothers deserved them, and they got me, and I need to know. There has to they have a good reason, and I was hoping you might be able to help me figure it out. But
here is my piece of wisdom that I will attempt to bestow upon you from all of the
being a big beautiful lobster
I've watched. Yeah, that too. I think that these people that you're describing to me sound like good people who likely had good reason for abandoning, to use your words. But that good reason might not be enough to heal the heartache that was caused. That's not to say that the reason isn't good enough in a grander sense of the world or existence, but it is possible that even if the reason is as good as it could possibly be, that it might still not be enough. I don't know. I do not mean to.
No, you.
I recognize that what I just said fucking sucks.
No,
but it's very possible that the reason won't feel good enough, I should say.
Honestly, I came in here looking for information for like strategic reasons, and I kind of think I let my deeper stuff that's just something I gotta work through on my own. I'm sorry, you are just a big lobster. Like you're a very cool big lobster, and that's not your bag. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Alandi,
I'm just gonna.
You and your brothers
are
welcome. You and your brothers are welcome in my order anytime. Unless you go and tell people of my existence, then we will hunt you down. Should you share with the general population of my existence in our clan, then we will hunt you down and murder you. And I am so sorry about that.
Just to clarify, can we not talk about you? Because you're a very cool big lobster. I kind of want to brag about.
You can brag about oh, I met this guy Sheldon who knew a bunch of stuff, but just don't tell anyone ooh, I met an eternal lobster who's being protected by an order of.
So wait, I can use your name, but just not describe you?
Well, yeah, there's probably other Sheldons in the world.
No, that's a fair point. All right. So, because I want to brag about you, because you're a cool guy. How would you like me to describe you in the fantasy world? In the not...
If you could
what's
just
your alter
be
ego?
I met this guy named Sheldon who was really, really, really funny.
Really funny? Do you want to be buff? You want to be a swole guy?
Oh, he's so swole and so blue. But
okay.
not swollen and not I can't breathe blue.
Yeah.
He just was blue and swole and also really funny.
Okay. No, I can.
And he did cool tricks with his tech decks. You should see him. It's so awesome.
Oh, you should see me. I can do the tech decks, but the bikes.
Can you do the kickflip?
Oh, that's so cool.
The bike ones.
Honestly, it's even more impressive with your closet. You can do that because that's got to be harder.
But before you leave, I have one last piece of wisdom that I would love to bestow upon you.
I'm all ears.
Because
some bespoke wisdom he's bestowing upon you.
As I've said, I really enjoy watching you and your brothers, and I will continue to watch. So my last piece of wisdom, and he looks around. Come closer. And he looks around. Go to the mess hall and ask for the cherry delight.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Is this a secret? Is it an under the table thing, or I just
No, it's just really fucking good.
All right, fuck yeah. I'm gonna go eat it.
All right.
Hey, thanks for this emotional support. And he gives finger
anytime.
guns on the way out as he sits
And he gives clickety clackety.
He gives clickety clackities. Put that on a t-shirt.